Welcome to Subramani. So here is a mail which is based on this podcast which I did, or this blog which I did, saying, do you really require 30 crores for retirement or 20 crores for retirement? So he said, Subra, I have been reading a lot, and I have read your blog also, and I am not convinced that I need 30 crores for retirement, because like the US has a 4% rule, won't India have a 5% or a 6% rule, and will that not be enough? Which means if I need 5 lakhs for my annual expenses, won't 1 crore be sufficient for me if I have provided for every other if I have provided for every other goal? I am 53 years of age and I want to retire in the next 3-4 years, and I already have something like 1.5 crores. My annual expenses are about 5 lakhs, and so will I not be able to retire with just 1 crore? This is a very good question, and I'm very happy that somebody has asked, why are you throwing these numbers like 20 crores and 30 crores? Do we really need that? Now, I have found this very difficult to answer, but let us assume for a minute that this man retires today at the age of 53. The worst thing is, we all guess how long we will live, and we could be completely inaccurate about it. Somebody told my father-in-law that he would live till the age of 78. He was an astrologer who told him, and my father-in-law believed in astrology. He actually lived to the age of 93. Now what happens is, you've got 15 years wrong. When you get 15 years wrong, all your planning goes for a toss, unless you are a pensioned person. If you have a government pension, central government pension, then you're very lucky. Then you don't have to worry. But otherwise, let us stick to this 5% rule. Now, you're 53 years of age. Let us assume you live till the age of 93, and your wife lives till your age of 98, which means she dies 5 years after you die. She also dies at 93, and she's currently 5 years younger to you, which means your money has to last another 40 years. Planning for 40, so let us look at the problems. Planning for 40 years is not really very simple. You have to guess. So assuming a 5% withdrawal, in US they call it the 4% rule. Given Indian conditions, let us call it the 5% rule. So if you have 1 crore in one place and you get 5 lakhs interest on that, I'm assuming no equity, and 5% looks sustainable as of now. 10 years later or 5 years later, we might be laughing at this 5% assumption, which means he will get 5 lakhs. That's fantastic. What this man is forgetting is, next year he will have to increase it. Let us assume that the inflation is 6%. So he will need 5,30,000, right? That's very clear. So that 30,000 has to come from his principal, because his interest will only be 5 lakhs. Assuming that he's got 5% perennial bonds for the next 40 years, he doesn't have to worry about interest rate risk. He will get 5 lakhs. But what happens to that 30,000 which he needs? It will come from that 1 crore. Then the year after that, another, I'm not even worrying too much about compounding at this stage. So suppose he needs another 35,000. So he will need another 35,000 coming out of the principal. Remember what has happened. The principal was 1 crore. Then it has fallen to 99 lakhs 70,000. Then it falls to 99 lakhs 25,000. Right? It keeps falling. Your capital is eroding, and for that also you need to provide a cushion. How much cushion? Obviously that is something which you have to decide, but let us assume for a minute you provide another 1 crore as a cushion. So you need 2 crores for retirement. What are we arriving at? We are just saying the same thing again by saying 30 times your annual expenses. So his annual expenses at the age of 60 means another 33 years. However, here we are talking of age of 53, so which means in another 40 years. So maybe 40 times. So 5 lakhs into 40 is 2 crores. That is what I am saying. Your annual expenses multiplied by 25, 30 will be reasonably good. If you make it 40, you will be more comfortable. Let us think about why 4% rule, 5% rule is little more difficult to understand. It's simply because interest rates are not going to be fixed. Interest rates could go down further. We could be staring at 2-2.5% interest rates in India. Hopefully that will also be backed by very low inflation. What is happening in US today is there is 0% interest or even negative interest, and there is inflation which is happening, which is the reason why your bitcoins and gold are going up, right? Equity is also going up, but Bitcoin and gold is also going up simply because of uncertainty, of fiat currency, of too much note printing. All that is driving up all that. So what happens if you're caught with a low yielding asset and reasonably high inflation? You may not be smart enough to make those changes. Therefore, a higher level at which you say, this is my retirement corpus. And you can always be financially independent with 1 crore if you are spending 5 lakhs in a country where there is no inflation. That is the problem. We have to worry about inflation. The other worry is if you are bedridden at the age of 83 and you stay bedridden till the age of 93, and your expenses, current prices today for a person in the sick bed is about 1.5 lakhs per month. So you're talking of 10 years, that is 1.8 crores just for that alone, right? So you can have some events which are completely there to wipe out your capital. So you have to worry about that, being bedridden and being supported by a spouse and retinue of nurses, doctors, service providers, etc. You should thank that they are available at a price, but you need to provide for the cash. This makes investing far more difficult. And the assumption that there will be 5% return and there will be zero inflation is wrong. Maybe there will be 3% return and there will be 6% inflation or 8% inflation for certain periods of your time. You could lose some money in equities and real, especially if you're an equity player. You could have some 5 years of nothing happening in the economy, so your portfolio not going up, but your withdrawals remaining same. Your dividends could go down. There are lots of things which can go wrong. All this means you build in a little more cushion. So then, but you also realize one thing, that when you multiply your spending by 20, because you're withdrawing 5%, you know how much you need. So if you are going to spend only 20,000 rupees, you need 5 lakhs of rupees, right? So 20,000 doesn't really mean in literal terms 20,000 a year. You need only 5 lakhs of rupees because you will get your 4% return. You want 5% return, you need only 4 lakhs. So if your expenses are only 20,000 a year, you're going to require only 4 lakhs. But then if your expenses are 2 lakhs a year, you're going to require 50 lakhs, right? So that is what you will require. That looks like a very small number. You actually sit down, calculate your number, factor in inflation, and then decide how much you want. So you will come back to the rule of 30 times your annual expenses. So anything between 25 to 40 times your annual expenses should be great. But you're still not providing for those unforeseen expenses like nursing, etc. for 10 years. That is really huge. So you build all that into it and say, okay, I need 40x, or I need 35x, or I need 45x. Now that I have 70x, I'm really comfortable, I can retire. And then if something goes wrong, that is bad luck, but you're at least well prepared for your retirement. So don't worry about 20 crores or 30 crores. Do this exercise and you will know how much you need. Thank you.